Center. Halls 1 and 2 are reserved for gymnastics. And we turn it over to Kevin Harlan.
Since the 1990 Goodwill Games, the rings have belonged to the reigning Olympic champion, Sylvester Celani. But tonight, his rivalry continues against Jordan Jovchev, who already has 1 gold medal in these games to his credit. The hands of this perfectionist belong to Svetlana Horkina, who in 1994 and 98 captured gold in the uneven bars. Tonight, she looks to continue her domination in this event. It's day 2 at gymnastics with another full house at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Center. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, alongside 3-time Olympian and gold medalist Dominique Dawes and Olympic gold medal champion Bart Connor. Well, tonight, men's rings, and we've been looking so forward to this with the 2000 Summer Games winner in Sydney here.
And this is going to be spectacular. A battle of the strongmen. Sylvester Celani from Hungary is here. He is the reigning Olympic champion. But it's an incredible field featuring Ivankov and Jovchev. They've won world and Olympic medals. But there's a guy competing tonight from China named Xie Jianhui. And he does a strength sequence that I've never seen in competition before. So it's going to be spectacular. If he nails it, he's going to put huge pressure on Celani, who's the last guy to go.
We've been watching this guy practice. It is something to see. Let's swing over now to the women's side. The uneven bars tonight. This will be fun to watch with the dominant woman in the world participating.
Yes, Svetlana Horkina from Russia will be competing, and she's the 1996 as well as 2000 Olympic Games champion on this event. And she also has 4 world titles under her belt. Another person to look out for from China will be Yang Yun. She has wonderful talent, and she placed 3rd on this event in the Sydney Olympics. All
right, let's swing it now downstairs to D lineup.
Tonight, we will have our first glimpse of the defending Goodwill Games all-around champion, Ivan Ivankov. Ivankov is also the defending silver medalist on the rings. And in talking with him earlier this week, he was really looking forward to this, his first appearance of the week. He pointed out the ongoing competitive rings rivalry between himself, Sylvester Celani, and Jordan Jovchev. As a matter of fact, in the last major gymnastics competition, that trio accounted for all 3 rings medals. We might just see that duplicated here tonight.
Okay, Dee, thank you. And our order tonight will begin with Damien Istria from Australia. And there is 1 American competing, Jason Furr from Fairfax, Virginia. What kind of chance does he have?
Well, Jason is one of the most talented young Americans I've seen in a long time. So he is in a field here that is so deep and strong, he'll have his hands full tonight.
19-year-old Damien Istria competing in his first World Goodwill Games. No Australian gymnast has won a medal in the Games history. He placed 2nd on this event at the 2000 Australian Championships.
You see his coach putting him up to the rings there. That is Sergei Shinkar. He was formerly the coach in Belarus of Vitaly Sherba, the great champion from the '92 Olympics in particular. This is Istria's favorite event, this and the vault. Nice combination there. It's important. The judges are looking for the strength moves. Rings is all about strength. Look at that bounce to an iron cross. Clean position. The judges require the gymnast to perform a swing to a handstand, a swing to a strength move like that. Good, clean execution in the handstands. All right, not bad. A little low on that dismount. Had to pull it around, but he's pretty pumped up.
Damien Istria, who began training at the age of 4 because his parents said he was hyperactive. They needed to get him out there. And this is one of the things he was doing at an early age. He's doing it well.
Position is called the Maltese iron cross and a bounce to a cross. He's a little low there. You need to be perfectly level across. And in this field tonight with such a class field, he'll have to hit all those positions exactly right to get a big score. That's the double layout with a full twist, and he had to pike it down a little bit, shorter rotation, but I know he's happy with that.
And so far, a 9.362 for Istria from Australia. You heard the nice applause that he received. And now, Alexei Bondarenko from Russia, 23 years old, lives in Moscow, returns for his second Goodwill Games. He won 5 medals, including the all-around silver at the '98 Games in New York.
Really a very balanced gymnast, good on all the apparatus. And the bronze on the floor last night. Fell off the pommel horse, so was unlucky there.
He was born in Kazakhstan and then left at the age of 15 for better training conditions in Russia, which, Bart, we have seen a lot of participants in the same kind of situation.
That's true, and many of these athletes from Eastern European countries, they help provide the money for their families and their wives' families, because many of these athletes make their living these days doing gymnastics. It's a lot different than when we were competing.
Yes. Bondarenka supports his family, in fact. His father, a retired crane operator. His mother, a retired cook. He is our second participant tonight in the men's rings.
So watch for the strength moves, of course. Watch for a swing to a handstand position. Other types of kip elements. There's his first swing to a strength move called a flange. He's a little high in this inverted iron cross. It's important that these body positions are very precise. Not known to be a brute strength athlete like some of the others in the field tonight. Great execution. Look at the control of the rings. Nice swing combination. And he has picked up some swing in the rings. It's important you try to keep those still. Every swing of the rings will be a deduction of a 1/10 of a point at least. Hey, but what a nice dismount. He popped a double twisting, double layout. A rare dismount.
Bondarenka last night won a bronze in the men's floor.
He's a little high in some of his cross positions and the Maltese cross. But I was really impressed that he popped a big double-double at the end of that routine. Few gymnasts will risk it in competition. There it is, double twisting, double layout. Very, very nice. When he gets those strength moves in proper position, there could be a big score for him.
He was second at the '98 Goodwill Games in this event. So he has had success before, looking for the same tonight here in Brisbane on day 2 of the gymnastics.
Man, they got the rock and roll music going tonight. This is exciting, huh?
As a competitor, did you like that?
I love it. Pump everybody up. You need that energy to get through these strength routines.
Yeah, it's always good when the crowd's behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And some countries are known for good crowds and some are not. We were talking last night about some places you like to participate. As you see, a 9-1-3-7 for Bondarenko, who is in back of Damian Istria.
That's an appropriate score for what we saw for that routine.
From the United States, Jason Furr, 22 years old, born in Fairfax, Virginia, now resides in Houston, Texas. He just arrived from the World University Games in Beijing.
There's his coach, Kevin Majaika, lifting him up to the rings. This is a really talented young man. We'll see him also in the vault tonight. Nice opening mount. Back roll around to an L cross press to a Maltese cross position. Anytime the gymnasts connect these strength moves to strength move, they can earn bonus points like there. Nice bounce to a cross. I really like this young gymnast. I was talking to his coaches earlier, and I said, he's so talented. And they said, yeah, but we never know what he's going to do. A little inconsistent, but showing good control of the rings here. Oh, botched it there.
Great landing.
Great landing, but unfortunately an easy dismount compared to the rest of this field.
He did not compete at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, where the men placed 5th. Jason Furr appearing in his first Goodwill Games tonight.
A good-looking mount right here. Back roll around right to an L cross position. Good body line. Notice shoulders level across. This is where he got in trouble. He lost control of that handstand, had to bail out, and he did a simple tucked, full twisting double somersault, much easier than what we saw from Bondarenka.
So Jason Furr has been busy in Beijing over the weekend and now in Brisbane, Australia, and ranking number 2 of the 3 competitors we have seen so far with the 9.337.
Medalists from this event at the Olympic Games in
Now from Bulgaria, Jordan Jovchev, 28 years of age. First Goodwill Games appearance for him, and looking to win Bulgaria's first men's gymnastics medal in the Goodwill Games.
He won the gold medal on the floor exercise last night. He's the bronze medalist at the Olympics in Sydney. He has some incredible strength moves. Watch this right here. He's going to go from an L cross and then straighten his body out and press all the way up to an inverted iron cross. Fantastic. Down to a Maltese and bounce to a cross. Beautiful sequence. And he racks up more bonus points by pulling back up again to a Maltese. .53, 130 pounds, but the guy is all muscle. Oh, and he usually nails those landings.
Jovchev in the Olympic rings competition was 4th in Atlanta in '96 and 3rd in Sydney in 2000.
Just beautiful body line, and this is really his trademark. Great execution. Maltese bounce to a cross, and this is after doing several strength moves. He pulls back up to a Maltese. Now, it's unusual for him to not stick a landing. He's so good with execution. He knows tonight you got to drill those landings.
And exercise on the rings is composed of swing, strength, and hold components in approximately equal proportions.
And Jordan Jovchev currently in first place, 9.687, with more of the men's rings from Brisbane right after
this. During the games,
We're halfway through the men's rings, and from Bulgaria, Jordan Jovchev has so far the #1 mark, 9.687. And coming up next from Romania, Marian Drăgălescu, who won a medal last night. That was the first Romanian medal since the Goodwill Games of 1994. And in that year, he had a teammate who won gold on the rings in St. Petersburg, Russia.
So far, tonight's competition off to a terrific start. Great scores, great exercises. A big contrast from last night's competition where there were several missed routines on the floor and the horse. It's a little shaky in some of these strength moves. It's really most known for having success on events like floor and vault because he's a real leg guy, a powerful tumbler and vaulter. It's kind of an unusual skill, a drop kip to an L. A kipping type element from the bottom up to the center of the rings is required by the judges. Oh no! Went for a double twisting double somersault, which he does easily normally, but that was a surprise.
Bucharest, Romania, Marian Drăgălescu.
There's that kipping element, one of the requirements on every event. The judges have 5 specific requirements they're looking for. That kip is one of them. Strength moves, of course, are the name of the game in this event, but you need to show swing elements as well. The dismount, which he normally could do in his sleep, a double-double. He did it on the floor last night to win the silver medal. Easy for him off the rings, but he pulled it around too far.
And he is in last place of our 5 competitors so far, 8.6 for Drăgălescu.
Representing the People's Republic of China.
Now appearing in his first Goodwill Games is Xizhan Wei from China. He did not qualify for China's Olympic team in 2000, and he has not competed often internationally. So this experience in Brisbane, a big thing for Xizhan Wei.
This past April, he competed in Honolulu in a competition with the U.S., and the U.S. head coach Ron Brandt brought back a video. He said, you got to see what this guy does. And watch what he does for this mount sequence. He's going to start on the bottom, pull straight up to an iron cross, and then press to an inverted iron cross. It's amazing. He did it in the warm-up gym, and all the other athletes, their jaws just dropped open. Look at that, press back up to a Maltese, and then to a flange. Look at the body line, and looks easy for him. Oh no, a little over in that handstand. Oh, his technique is so nice on those swing elements, but he did give away a slight deduction, and in this field, you can't do that. Oh, and a little hop.
But those first moves.
Oh, man. Cholania, the Olympic champion, was telling me he can do this move by himself alone, but he can't then follow it up with this move where he goes right from the bottom, straight body, all the way to a perfect inverted iron cross. Up. Beautiful body line, came up a little short in that handstand and had to check his balance to bring it back in line. That's where one of the slight deductions will be. And then, of course, you just can't miss those landings if you want to win a medal here, or at least the gold.
Right now, he's in second place with a 9.625. Si Jianhui from China.
From Belarus, Ivankov.
And here's Ivan Ivankov from the Soviet Union. Second Goodwill Games. Hurt his back a few weeks ago, and that was somewhat of a concern as he entered these games.
Yes, he, of course, came back in a dramatic fashion, the world champion in '94, then in '97, coming back after the torn Achilles tendon. It really gave him time to improve his work on the rings because he was off the leg events, and he got so strong during the time when he couldn't do tumbling and vaulting. Beautiful. Freezing the flange, press to an inverted cross a little bit higher. After you've seen the Chinese champion, all the athletes look a little high in their inverted crosses after seeing how low he went. Not bad.
He tied for second place in this event at the '98 Goodwill Games.
Here's a guy who's had a total of 4 operations on his Achilles tendon. Been competing at the top international level for several years. Look at the arms on this guy. Great straight body line in that Maltese cross. Double layout with a full twist. Beautiful technique, and he's known for that. Just slightly over-rotated.
So Ivan Ivankov, born in the Soviet Union, representing Belarus, 9-7 and #1 right now.
From Hungary, the Olympic rings champion. Welcome, please, Sylvester Cholani.
And now from Hungary, Sylvester Cholani, 31 years of age, lives in Budapest, Hungary. Only male gymnast in the 2001 field who competed in the 1990 games in Seattle. These are his 3rd Goodwill Games appearance.
You see the score he needs to beat the 9.70 from Ivankov. That's something that this man can do. He does only rings these days. Used to be a very good all-around athlete, but now at 31, specializes in the rings, travels all over the world competing, winning prize money, supporting his family entirely on his work on the rings. So if he's to bring a paycheck home, he's going to need to be good here.
How long do they have to hold these moves?
2 seconds at least. Politically, he's very popular. And of course, this is a subjectively judged sport. It's kind of like boxing against Muhammad Ali. He'll have to make an error to not win this thing. He sticks the landing, it's his.
He may have got it.
Now he does an easier dismount than many of the other athletes, and sometimes that's controversial, but he did get so much bonus by doing those great strength moves. Hard to deny that guy.
He placed 5th in this event at the 98 Goodwill Games and tied for 6th in this event at the 90 Goodwill Games.
Good straight body line. I've always felt that I wish he pointed his toes a little bit better. Takes away from the total overall look. But look at the ease with which he does those bounce crosses. There's the layout double. Some guys did it with a full twist. Even Bondarenka did it with a double twist. He does it just a simple laid out double, but of course he drills it, and that's the name of the game here in the finals.
He trains in the U.S. He is from Hungary and currently #1 with a 9.775, and he is the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate our rings finalists, please, as they announce on the competition venue.
Sylvester Chelani has captured the gold at the men's rings. Ivan Ivankov with the silver, and Jovchev from Bulgaria, the bronze. And the guy you were watching for from China, Shi Jianwei, finishing 4th.
Yeah, he botched that press to a handstand, swing to a handstand element. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit closer. But Cholanya, he knew that he had to be nearly perfect if he was going to stay ahead of this strong field. And he's used to being in that situation. And once again, he delivers.
The American Jason Furr finishes 6th. But there is your gold medal winner at the men's rings.
Trained for many years in the U.S. He was living in St. Louis, also in Sacramento. Has since moved back to Hungary. Said he's building a new house and it hopes to be completed next week, so he's excited about that. His wife and his young daughter live there.
And let's send it downstairs right now to Dee Lynam, who is standing by with our gold medal winner in the men's rings.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Sylvester, I'm going to ask you to turn around here a little bit. I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, you seemed like you were coming in second, and now really the last 3 major competitions you've taken. How's that changed for you that people are pursuing your work?
Oh, geez. How can I explain it? You know, when I was second, I never gave up because I knew I'm good enough to be first. So I knew I have to do hard work. And, you know, see?
It's paying off.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I don't want to give up. And I want to go for next Olympic Games, even if I'm 31 years old, too old for gymnastics. But having fun and winning competition, it's enough to continue.
Congratulations to you. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
The next Olympic Games will be 34. Maybe a different story. So that's the story on our second night. Ernie Johnson from Gymnastics here in downtown Brisbane. We send it over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin. That is